Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or wherever you are. Good Wednesday. And today is Wednesday, and I'm going to start calling our Wednesdays Wise Women's Wednesdays because I think one of the things that keeps us young, that keeps us smart, and that keeps us, um, you know, learning is when we are constantly learning, and it keeps us, it just keeps us fresh. It keeps us on top of things. It keeps us young. It keeps our brain moving. So there's Sean. Hello, Sean. Good to see you. Everybody else who's going to be joining us, I'm looking forward to seeing you. So yes, Wise Women Wednesday, and I'm going to focus on things that are going to help you to become wiser, that are going to help you to become women of knowledge and therefore women of power. And that's how we roll here at Saving Dinner. And good to see you, Willow, Tracy, good to see you. Don't forget, sharing this video is what gets people books. And as a matter of fact, Tracy Faulkner, who just joined us, hi, Mary. Tracy won the Saving Dinner book last time. And don't forget, these Saving Dinner books, I mean, I have like 6 more of these, and I'm more than happy to send one to you. I mean, if you live here in the United States, I will. Let me just put it to you that way. If it's in another country, it costs me about $20 to send, and I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. But you know, your only qualification is you show up here, you share, and you live here in the US, so I can send this to you. Hi, Autumn, good to see you. Gabriella, ladies, very good to see you. Karen, anyway, yes, thank you for sharing, Autumn. I really appreciate that. So anyway, you already know about who the winner is. So that's Tracy Faulkner, and she's got, this is in the mail today to you, Tracy, so be watching for it. And listen, we sell, it's slow boat to China kind of a thing. We send it media mail because it costs us less. Well, I need to keep my costs down so I can keep doing these kind of things and keep you guys informed. I think I moved my chair down. I sure did. Okay, so there's that. The other thing that you need to know is that besides this book going out on Monday, the winner getting announced on Monday, just don't forget to share. The other thing that you need to know is, let me get my list. I've got a list, by the way. Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. We are going to start, we're going to have a little bit of more of a format. So every Wednesday, like I said, is going to be Wise Women's Wednesday. On Tuesdays, I'm going to give you a tip. I'm going to give you a trick. I'm going to send you to the blog and have you go get recipes. We have all those kind of things coming up. And Monday is our Motivational Monday. We are motivated. We've got our menus planned, and we're making it real. Don't you love, I love alliteration. It's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, just know that I'm always going to be doing that to you, whether you like it or not. I've got Bev, Crystal, Jean. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Janice, good to see you. If I missed you, hello, good to see everybody. So that's what you need to know about the book. What you need to know is Friday is my question and answer day. And last week, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, go look at last Friday's live. We talked a lot about inflammation. Inflammation is something that plagues all of us. Let's get real about it. So if you want to know about inflammation, some tactics on how to deal with it and get it out of your life, I've got some real kitchen table common sense advice in there, some supplements you can take, and the whole 9 yards. This is the thing you need to know about inflammation. It is a natural occurring thing. It happens like when you stub your toe. But when you have an inflammatory reaction to what's going on in your body over and over and over again, and you're living with chronic inflammation, that's a whole different thing. That sets you up for chronic disease, leaky gut, sleepless nights, achy joints. You know the list. So I want to prevent that. I want to help you to get on top of your game. And now is the time to do it, ladies. This is how we live vibrant and juicy lives. Okay. So there's Marianne and Diane. Diane, you are so welcome. I'm thrilled to share this. And Kimmy is an alliteration lover as well. So yay, listen, give me the hearts. If you like alliteration, heart me up. Love those streaming hearts. So our quote of the week, and I'm always going to start with this, and I'll set a new one on Monday. Our quote of the week is always something that we can think about, we can write about, we can dwell upon. I put them on 3x5 cards. I have them as screensavers. I write them in my journal. I do all kinds of things, but motivating quotes and people who say things that just make you think are some of my favorite people and some of my favorite things to think about. So my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes anyway, is what you focus on grows, what you think about expands, and what you dwell upon determines your destiny. That's some pretty heavy stuff. What you dwell upon determines your destiny. So, you know, we talk about body clutter all the time. Body clutter is not just what you sit on, it's also what's between your ears. Your brain, what you think about really matters. So you have the ability to always flip that switch. If you have a situation, if you are in the situation where you're pretty negative, you don't have to be. You can change that up. So just leaving it there at your footsteps, you know, at your feet, sorry, at your feet. And that's a Robin Sharma quote, by the way. What you focus on grows, what you think about expands, and what you dwell upon determines your destiny. Embed that in your brain. I've been doing flights with Marla, as you know, and Marla and I are going up and down those stairs like two crazy women. And today, so far, I have 12 flights in. I got another 2 in, make that 14. I got another 2 in, and you know, obviously I will do more later, but I had to make my smoothie. I had to fix my hair. And by the way, you will see me with new hair on Friday, so show up. I'm getting my hair cut. I can't wait. It's way too long, and I'm probably going to take about 4 inches off and get it up to my shoulders. Yay! And fix all this stuff, this business. Yeah, this is all needs to be fixed. So, all right. Don't forget to sign up for our emails. This is how you stay on top of all the things that we're doing. This is how you get free recipes. You get blog posts that enrich you. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com. There's a little pop-up, and we will also send you a week of free recipes. I love that. Free recipes. Who doesn't want free recipes? Anyway, the recipes shows you exactly how Dinner Answers is set up, and it gives you food the way you eat it. If you're keto, if you just want classic whole healthy foods, if you're low carb, if you're AIP, autoimmune paleo, which is a whole different thing, or paleo, we have all of that, and you can choose which way to eat. All the menus are set up for you. Anyway, I invite you to take a look at that. So don't forget, and again, share this video. This is how we get the word out and we help people. Hey, Tina, Karen, Sharon, Patsy, Brenda, Kimmy, good to see you all. Rita showed up too, and so's Diane. And good to see everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. Let's see, what else do we have? So this week's sale, speaking of menus, is Dinner Answers. This is our software program. We created this. It is only for Saving Dinner and for all of our recipes, and you can get everything. You can have access to our entire database of recipes and have menus done exactly for you the way that you eat. And we have this whole program. It's super simple to use. And it is now $20 off. To get that, all you have to do is go to savingdinner.com, click on Dinner Answers. It's right there. You cannot miss it. The navigation bar is right there in the top right. And when you get to Dinner Answers and you check out, in the code, type in back to school. And we will honor that and take $20 right off the top. Now, this is only good for those of you who get the yearly deal. Our yearly deal is already a screaming deal at $97. You think about that, it's less than, you know, $8 a month for having everything done for you. Come on, that's a great deal. $20 off though makes it $77. So it's a screaming deal. You want this, share it with your friends. And by the way, when you share and you bring somebody over by your share using our referral code, you get $5 off to spend in our store on any of our digital products. So that's a really cool thing. So don't forget about Q&A on Friday. Send in your questions, support@savingdinner.com. We had so many good questions last time. This time, I have hardly anything, and I can't believe I have hardly anything. So I would love if you would send them in. Sharon said, I look pretty. Thank you, Sharon. What a sweetheart. Karen, you're asking about diabetic menus. Yes, the low carb menus. As a matter of fact, I have several endocrinologists who've actually taken the time to write me in and say that my low carb menus were what they recommended to their diabetic patients. That's an endorsement. I love that. And yes, that's what the low carb menus were created specifically for Marla Silly. They were, and for me. And we did it together. This is how Body Clutter came to be. This is how we wrote our book. This is how we lost the weight. And I continually put that out. The low carb book has great recipes as well. But our low carb menu mailer, I keep calling it menu mailer. It is now Dinner Answers. Our low carb Dinner Answers has everything that you need. And we even have day menus and lunch menus. You don't need to do those, of course. Dinner's the big thing. Dinner's the place where people get stumped. But low carb is the way to go. And as a matter of fact, I just read a study this morning that says, get this, women who do low carb diets and keep the carbs low are going to lose double the weight that women who are on calorie restricted diets. Now keep that in mind, because there's still a lot of really bad information, bad science, outdated science going on with people eating calorie restricted low fat diets. Those are crazy. There's too many carbs in there. It's not good for you, and it doesn't work. The second thing, though, that's a good thing to look at is there's this thing called carb cycling. And I can tell you all about carb cycling at another time. I'm working on all of that. And again, like I said, this is Wise Women's Wednesdays, and we're going to talk about hunger hormones in just a minute. But the thing that you need to know is that carbs, the bad carbs, obviously flour and sugar, those are the things we just need to get them out. Let's just be really real about them. They don't do us any favors whatsoever. They're the number one inflammatory foods that just blow you up weight-wise, and they blow you up inflammation-wise too. So just keep that in mind. But two, good carbs, like, a baked potato, for example, and we're talking itty-bitty tiny. When we do baked potatoes, and when Marla comes over, I always make a baked potato, because we're like, we've been fasting all day and we're excited about this meal. We have a big meal, and tonight's our big dinner tonight. We're doing ribs. She's doing some Brussels sprouts and some corn, and we are having little baked potatoes. So you're thinking, wow, corn and baked potatoes. Yes, that's a lot of carbs. But here's the thing. The research shows that when you eat your carbs at night, you will sleep better. And not only will you sleep better because it stimulates those sleep hormones, and the other thing is that you will it'll be just the equivalent to being on a low carb diet all the time. So that's when you add in your carbs, just a little bit at night. Now, I used to think it was the reverse. I was thinking, I don't want to be, and I used to say this all the time, if anybody remembers, you don't want to be rolling around on that all night. Well, here's the thing. It satiates, it holds you, it stimulates the hormones that we want stimulated for when we go to bed. And it's, super satisfying. So keep that in mind. So if you're going to have a potato, my favorite potatoes, and I haven't been able to find them here in Western North Carolina yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. Look, my glasses are steaming up because I am hot. But my favorite potatoes are purple potatoes, just because of the increased phytonutrients that are in there. There's the same amount of fiber. There's the same flavor. They're just delicious potatoes. They're just purple. But I can't find them here. If I can, I'm going to get them. I still get organic potatoes, absolutely, 100%. If it's grown in the ground, you want organic. So I get organic potatoes, and, we get them in the bag. It's cheaper. But there's all kinds of sizes in there, and I always select for Marla and I the smallest ones that are there, because that's all we need, just a little bit. Just that little bit is delicious. And if she's here, is Marla here? Maybe she's not. So here we go. Yeah, corn might be free points on Weight Watchers, but it's still a grain, and I still say go very small. If you have a small ear of corn, you've got a serving, a small cup. And look, it's summer. Enjoy your corn. Just be careful and go easy, and don't do it often. That's what you want to look at. So Marla's not here, but I will tell you, we have tonight, I'm making twice stuffed baked potatoes with pimento cheese and bacon. Doesn't that just sound like the most decadent thing in the whole entire universe? You bet it is. And here's the thing about twice stuffed baked potatoes. What you do when you bake a potato like that, let it go cold, and then go ahead and cook it again, you are developing the resistant starch in there. And resistant starch is a prebiotic that feeds your microbiome. So I'm doing this for our health. Just saying. There's a Wise Woman Wednesday tidbit for you. Now you know a little bit more about resistant health. If you like resistant starch and you like eating potatoes, give me some love, because potatoes are the best. I adore potatoes, and it must be my Irish heritage coming out, but potatoes are great. So I told you, let's see, and also if you want to tell me, I have told you exactly what I do, what I'm having for dinner tonight. I've got the ribs, I've got the Brussels sprouts, I've got the corn, I've got the potatoes. I'm probably going to do some microgreens. I've got some sunflower microgreens, and I also have some mixed greens of all kinds, baby chard, all kinds of things in there. And I'm going to chop that and do it as a salad with a little bit of vinaigrette in there, just because I need those dark leafy greens in there. And it won't be a lot. It'll be just a little bit of something. And just remember this, even though it sounds like we're having like this big, massive buffet, our portions are going to be small, because both Marla and I are doing we're doing the stairs, we're watching our carbs, we're doing this together, and we're not about to like blow it all up. And plus, Robert is making a strawberry rhubarb pie, so there's going to be little slivers involved. It doesn't mean we have to be deprived, it just means we have to be wise. And when you consider yesterday, this was I had a smoothie, and I'm on a chocolate kick, can you tell? I had a smoothie yesterday, and I had salmon and my microgreen salad that I told you about with some avocado over the top. It was absolutely delicious. So, but the needle's moving, and that's what we want. We want the needle to move. And I'm trying to get rid of the weight that I gained last couple of years, after my mom and passed, and it's time. It's just time. So, let's see what else. Okay, so let's talk about the hunger hormones. Now, I've written a whole chapter in our new book that we are working on right now about different hormones, because there's a bunch of hormones that influence our weight, especially as women who are perimenopause, menopausal, and postmenopausal. Things happen, things shift. You're always in a place of your hormones doing something. The sex hormones are one thing, and the sex hormones, of course, are progesterone, estrogen, and there's several kinds of estrogen, and we'll talk about those at another time. Estrogen and testosterone, those three things. But that's not the only thing that influences everything. Of course, there's like a list of hormones. And understand this, hormones are the messengers that are triggered by your brain that give your body different functions. So we want to keep that messenger system working well. When it doesn't work well, and anybody who has a thyroid issue like I do, I have Hashimoto's, knows that when your hormones go off, you go off the rails. You feel terrible, and it's no good. But there's two hormones in particular I want to talk about today, because these two are the ones that derail all your good intentions, and it's leptin and ghrelin. Now, first of all, there's ghrelin, and I will tell you, I call ghrelin the gremlin. And the reason I call it the gremlin is because it pokes the bear. This is the one that says, you're hungry, you're hungry, you're hungry, you're hungry. Eat, 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 even if you haven't had that much to eat. Now, here's the kicker. Ghrelin lives in your fat. Thank you very much. Or wait a minute. No, ghrelin lives in your stomach and leptin lives in your fat. And here's the thing that happens. When you start losing weight, maybe taking down the calories a little bit, and you're starting to lose weight, ghrelin goes crazy. Ghrelin's like, wait a minute, what is she doing? I don't want this mess. I want to do things the way I want to do it. And so ghrelin's a real booger to get under control. But you know what really helps with the ghrelin? The flights that we're doing. We're going up and down the stairs, and we're keeping that movement going throughout the day. And I think I told you last time, and this is a good thing to remember, write this down. Your movement throughout the day, and not just sitting all the time, is 200 times more important than going out and getting a killer workout. 200 times for your bottom line, for your health. This is the thing that not only moves the needle for your overall health because there's a consistency there, but it is also going to keep you from being in the place of burnout with your cortisol levels going crazy. Because, as we get older, our adrenal function is easily spiked, and our adrenal function gets really spiked when we go and we work out like we're 25 years old. It's just it has to change. We can't go out there and kill ourselves. And I've tried it. A few years ago, I'm 61 now, but a few years ago I was in my I'm probably mid 50s, and I went out and I did what is it called? You know what it is, where they do all the crazy, but of course now I can't think of what it is, but just insane workout of the day. And I thought I was gonna go insane. I couldn't breathe. I was beet red. I was sweating, and afterwards I swore I would never do it. I was shaky. It took me like an hour and a half to get over that workout, and it wasn't because I was in horrible shape. I wasn't in great shape. I wasn't in the shape of my life, but I certainly, I knew what to do, and I knew how to handle myself in a gym, but this just absolutely wrecked me. This is not what we need to be doing. We do not need to be going in and killing ourselves. Those days are gone. Push ourselves, yes, and maybe add another flight as you're going. Do those different things, but do not kill yourself. When you kill yourself like that, you're putting yourself in a burnout mode, and you will not come back to it. So the way to stimulate ghrelin, or to suppress ghrelin, really is what we want to do and make it better, is that there's that consistency in exercise, that consistency in movement, and doing those flights is super helpful. Doing those flights just makes all the difference in the world. So what I do is, I'll show you. I have my alarm set. You see that? Look, my alarms are all set. They go off at 1:45, 2:45, and I don't think about it. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to remember. But I set the timer on the volume on low, so it just doesn't bother me. But I do it, and I just go do it. I've got my water. I come back, and it's just done. And it feels really good to be doing this. And I really, I highly suggest that you put some kind of a consistent movement into your day and get up off of your chair. This is what moves the needle. It makes you feel better. And, that little bit of doing is not something that's just going to look like, this horrible, awful thing that you need to do. So keep that in mind. There's Roberta. Hi, Roberta and Robin. Thanks for joining me. Okay, Tina is here as well. Bar or Zumba? Tina, I do, when I was in my big weight loss thing, I did both. I did bar and Zumba. And I think bar is fantastic because it just gets all those tiny little microfibers. And I enjoyed it, and I found it relaxing, way more so than yoga. Who knew? And Zumba was an absolute blast. So if you've never done Zumba, you can find free ones to do on YouTube. Nobody has to see you. You don't have to get excited about that. So try that out. It's really fun. The other one I'm going to tell you about is leptin. Now, leptin is the one hormone that says, hey, you're full, stop, you're good. Leptin also gets triggered with weight loss, and it doesn't know when to say, it just doesn't know when to stop. But here's the thing that you can do with both leptin and ghrelin to stimulate that. And it's what I'm calling the target trifecta. And the target trifecta is that everything that you eat, every meal that you eat, and every snack that you have, and I hope you're not much of a snacker, because snacks aren't good for your blood sugar. You want to feel hunger again. You want to make sure that you've got these three things going. You've got the adequate protein, you've got good healthy fat in there, and that you've got fiber. All these work together. Protein helps to satiate. The fat attached to it and the fiber attached to that really satiates. And remember, we have a goal in mind. When we're eating, the goal is for the food to go right through our bodies, right through our entire system, and our gut really is from our mouth all the way to where. And there's all kinds of things that are going on, all kinds of digestive processes going on. So when we are eating and getting food all the way through, we're grabbing all those nutrients, and the fiber really helps to do that. And it helps it so that at the very end of the road, it's not quite so bad. Trisha's asking about P90X. I don't recommend it. I've tried it, and I found it way too stressful. It might work for you. I don't know where you are in your age, where you are on your weight or anything like that. But, you know, we have to always look at where we are in the continuum. What's right for me might not be right for you. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's see. What else was I going to say? Oh, so the leptin. So when you can correct your leptin, you can do that with, and ghrelin too. You can do that, two things, both with the trifecta that I just told you, the target trifecta meals, and also making sure, see, I did alliteration again. There it is. And making sure that you're getting consistent movement throughout the day. Now, part of those is, and do you remember reading those like old magazines and saying, well, to get more exercise, just park, you know, way out there and don't try to get the front parking thing. That's a given. I mean, we should be doing that anyway, because there's always going to be somebody who really needs that space. So, you know, I've been with people who, you know, say, hey, I've got parking angels, and we're going around and around and around in the parking lot trying to get that perfect parking spot. That's just, forget it. Take the extra 15 steps and consider it more. But, you know, that extra movement is super helpful. Everything that you do, the things, you know, like going around and doing the feather duster, going around and vacuuming, going outside and doing a little garden, all of that counts. So don't discount your everyday activities, and be mindful though, and keep the movement going. 2 supplements that we have are Crave Crusher and Leptifix. And both of these work really, really well for correcting your leptin. This is going to help correct the leptin. And the Crave Crusher, you know, obviously helps with the with the cravings. The Crave Crusher has a bunch of amino acids, and the way it's put together, and with the double-blind studies and what have you, it obliterates cravings. And same thing with the leptin. The things that are in the leptin are in there to stimulate your leptin, because you want your leptin stimulated, and you want your ghrelin suppressed. And that's how it works. Those 2 hunger hormones can completely ruin any good intentions that you have. Because if you're constantly hungry, constantly thinking about food and what have you, you know, forget about it. It's just like, let's just go, you know, rabble around in the pantry and see what we can find. So you don't want that. What you want is, you want those things under control. So if you need a little extra help, let me throw it on the floor. They're in the shop. So just go to savingdinner.com, click on the shopping button, and you can see all of our supplements. Everything there are things that I personally use myself. They've all been tested. They're pharmaceutical grade, and they're amazing stuff. So do check them out. I've got all the information there for you, and I want to keep you on top of things. Tina asked me to explain the stair-step exercise again. Here is the thing that you need to do. Here's Terry. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. I got a few of my Take Back Your Body ladies here, so that's really fun. And by the way, I have something coming up, and it's sometime in September. But, you know, I think it's like the Monday after. It's going to be the Monday after Labor Day, and it's called the Hot Melt Sprint. It's free to join. It's 7 days of my accelerated program to just get you off of your plateau or get you started anyway. And it's absolutely 100% free, but you have to sign up for it on savingdinner.com. And the way to do that is just sign up for the emails, because you will be notified when it's starting. So if you're interested in that, and I hope so, because I'm going to be doing it with you, then please go to savingdinner.com, sign up for our emails, and you will be notified and get all the information that you need, okay? Now, Tina's asking about the stair-step exercise. It's really easy. All you do is go up and down the stairs. There it is. That's it. So what we do is we go up. We go, for Marla, she goes, let's see, I guess at her house, she does the same thing. She goes down the stairs and up, down the stairs and up. You go down once and you come back up, that counts as 1. And we're doing 2 and 3 and even 4 sometimes at a time. So this is how many I've done for today. You can see. And then I've got some little weights over here, and I'm doing curls as well. I've got some, upper body strength is something women are just like notoriously bad at. So, they have no upper body strength. And so I'm trying to figure that out. I'm going to add push-ups in there. I'm playing around with everything. But the stairs are nothing. And again, you set your alarm on your phone, just set them all up at one time, put them all to on, and in 45 minutes, you just stop what you're doing and just go down the stairs and come up. If 1 is all you can do, great. If that's too much, fine. Go halfway and come back up. But the point is, this is how you develop those big muscles. You have your big muscles. Those big muscles are the key to pumping blood, to getting your metabolism triggered. And those big muscles that you have on your legs are big. They are the worker bees. They're the ones that are going to stimulate all of that. And your butt muscles too, those gluteus maximus. Yeah, and sometimes some of us have a lot of a maximus. So it's also going to help whittle that thing down. So up and down the stairs, and you count up and down as 1. That's it. And every 45 minutes, you just go do them. At the end of the day, it's cumulative, and you get to just brag about how many that you did. And this is a simple, easy thing. Requires nothing except some stairs. If you don't have stairs, you can do high knees. So let's say you don't have stairs. Okay, the alarm goes off and do high knees. 1, 2, 3, do 10 maybe, if that's all you can do. Or do high knees walking down your hallway and then walk back with high knees again. What that's doing is stimulating the stairs, and it's also getting your heart rate up a little bit. I will tell you, when we first started doing this, and we've only been doing this a week, we first started doing this, those 2 up and down the stairs twice, I was like, hey, this is a little something. And now 3 times, and even 4 sometimes if I'm trying to catch up, because I, had to turn off my alarm because I had something going on. And so I'll add a little bit more, but I can do them just fine. I'll probably have to add something else to it, but it's interesting what happens. Your body adapts. And as your body adapts, you don't just stay with what that is. And I'm talking about when you adapt with a diet, and your eating plan, you've got to change that up too, because you will stay the same. If you're stuck in a plateau, if you've been the same and you're just playing with the same 5 pounds up and down, it's time to change it up. And this is why I want you to join me on the sprint that we have happening on, September 9th. We will be starting. But I'll give you more information. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com, and I will send you the entire plan when it's ready. You'll be getting the emails about it, I promise. And I'll show you exactly what to do. I'll be taking you all the way through it. You will not be on your own. Everything about it is really good and very tasty. Let's see. Brenda, hi. Good to see you. Catherine's saying that she always does the stairs and making those extra trips for the smallest things. That's so smart. This is what you want to do. Karen, no, I'm not a nurse. I'm a nutritionist. Cinnamon is a natural suppression. Actually, no. What cinnamon is good for? It's not really a natural hunger suppression, but it's good for sugar, to regulate your sugar, and it will help with that. Diabetics, as a matter of fact, should be sprinkling a little bit in their coffee every morning. That's a real helpful thing. It's just, like I said, this is kitchen table nutrition, and it's just little easy things that you can do. Like if you have a digestion problem, take a little apple cider vinegar with like a tablespoon in 8 ounces of water before you eat, and it's going to help with your digestion. It's going to stimulate your digestive tract. Isn't that fantastic? Little things that you can do. If you have a bigger issue and everything that you eat is just causing reflux or whatever, then I have digestive enzymes in my shop. Go take a look at them and understand what's going on, and that will tell you all about it. Those are some big things. I take digestive enzymes. I used to take them with everything. I've now gotten to the point where I just take them when I eat steak. I'm fine with chicken. I'm fine with fish. But if I'm eating a steak, I had better have some digestive enzymes. And then that steak does not feel like it's a brick sitting in the bottom of my stomach. And it just makes a big difference. That's all. It just gives me a little added help that I need. So there you are. So today is Wise Women Wednesdays. I hope understanding a little bit more about hunger hormones helped you. And again, if you need Crave Crusher or Leptofix, they're in our shop, savingdinner.com, for all the supplements. Don't forget, hey, what's for dinner, guys? Just tell me what's for dinner. Put that here in the comments, and let's see what you've got. Oh, one more thing. Just Juice Vegetables, Just Juice Veggies, one of our biggest supplements, is on back order. And I got an email from my manufacturer today saying they put a new software system in, and it's caused a back order on all my orders. So everything is in the shop right now except Just Juice Veggies. If you've ordered them in the last week or so, my apologies. I promise you it's coming. They've been ordered. It happens, okay? All right. I think that's everything. So don't forget, if you want dinner answers, and you know you do, all you have to do is when you're checking out, type in back to school and we will give you $20 off. That's an epic deal. And that's for the yearly subscription. So go take a look at that. And I will see you absolutely 100% tomorrow. And enjoy. Bye-bye.